From the Rainbow Flag Room to the Hollywood Fruit Bowl, it's the Frank DeCaro's Show, live from New York City and L.A. on OutQ.
Yes, the two most beautiful words I ever heard together. Gay twins! Okay, I just love it. Our buddies are back with us. They were with us when we were doing Outfest, and now they're here because the movement that is Hollywood to Dollywood is rolling across the country, and Gary and Larry Lane are here with us to talk about the movie and all the... Boys, how are you?
We're great. Thank you for having us.
So, okay, every time I watch that McDonald's commercial and the guy says, Gary, Larry, and they match. What, have you seen that commercial?
We're a little upset about it. We're going to try not to cry.
They took our names.
We
They stole
auditioned
them.
for that, and it was...
No way!
Yes.
And what was it? So it wasn't Gary and Larry when you auditioned?
No. We were the Gary Larry twins, and I think they liked the rhyme, and it stuck, and we see it a million times, and we're not getting a dime.
I hate that. And you boys are so much cuter than those two.
You
dopey
had to
guys.
bring that up, Frank.
It's
I'm
okay.
sorry.
But we have a good thing going on with the movie, so screw McDonald's. Can we say that?
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
Stinky old. Yeah, well, I was getting mad because I like McDonald's, okay, despite what they've done to you, and let's be honest, despite what they've done to me. But I had a Big Mac, and it was a bun with those things you use to open a jar, those rubber. It was just the burgers have gotten even thinner. I don't know what the hell.
McDonald's was our first job, and we worked back there when you would make the burgers, you'd lay them down, you toast the buns. Now it's all staging cabinets, and they've kind of gone away with the fresh.
Fudge.
Anyway,
Anyway,
and we probably
that
wouldn't
bugs
tell that if they hadn't done what they did.
Well,
to us.
no, let's seal your names and then don't give you. It's a national commercial. That would have been nice money. That would have been good.
We got one running for Virgin America, so
well,
we love
good.
that.
That's fantastic. Now, tell everyone, give people a little idea about what Hollywood to Dollywood is all about.
Hollywood to Dollywood is me and my brother. We wrote a script, and we wanted to try to give it to Dolly because we wrote a special part for her in the script. And so she was opening the 25th anniversary of Dollywood last year, and we kind of decided to rent an RV that we named Jolene, and we do this cross-country trip and try to meet Dolly and hand her the script. So that's kind of what it is in a nutshell. But then, since then, Dolly has given us 15 songs for the movie, and she's just been amazing, and it's doing really well.
And we went to see it, and we thought, oh, well, this will be fun. Fun. We thought we'd love Dolly. The gay twins are adorable with the whole thing. So it's something for everyone. We're very excited. It's so moving and so beautifully done and so poignant in a way that you're not expecting it to be. That Doria and I, we were saying this before. We're blown away by how good it was.
We appreciate you guys coming in. That's another part of the story is we grew up in a small town in North Carolina. We grew up gay, and we have Southern Baptist parents, so we constantly are still dealing with that at 35 with not being accepted. So we always felt an acceptance from Dolly. So that was another part of the movie is telling our story, and that's kind of what you guys saw. And we had like 600 people at Outfest on the weekend of Carmageddon, so we were so happy. Like that was our opening.
Carmageddon was when they decided that all hell was gonna break loose because it was the 405 was closed or something, and then ended up being a big nothing. Everyone
and we were mortified because we thought no one was going to come, and we were just going to sit there and watch the movie alone.
And it was packed.
Carmageddon was lovely.
Yeah,
it was wonderful. I wish every day were Carmageddon.
Right, but Hollywood to Dollywood was way better, and it was really fun. We both loved it away. Now, your mom had not come around last time we talked. Is she getting any better?
She still has not seen the movie. She knows about the movie. She knows we tell our story, but she has not seen it yet. So we told her when she's ready, we'd love to watch it with her, but she's still, the religious thing's there.
Mom!
I know. We're winning like audience awards and jury awards, so it keeps getting more of a positive buzz. So we hope that might bridge a gap when she finds out how people have related to the message of the movie. That might help as well.
Yeah. You know what? Okay, so keep going with this because her not liking this. Let's do business strategy.
Okay.
So her not liking the movie. Good for business right now, right? We're liking this, gives that spin, it's poignant, everything. Just at the point where, if it cools a slightly bit, say, Ma, now you got to come around because we'll get another push now.
You got to see
appeal to that side of her, of her. Maybe that side, maybe she have a good business sense. Ma, now the movie could go bigger because you've come around a whole other tour, and then she could go on with you we get another year out of it. Okay,
if we could get her in the studio, the mountains would move if we could do that.
So I think you have to. But the movie is just so terrific. Did you, when you guys were you're the subject of it and producers and everything, but did you kind of know it was going to be as moving as it was, or did that come as a big surprise when you saw the finished product?
Well, John Lavin is our director, and he edited. He's amazing. And what we did was, when we set out, we were just going to try to give Dolly the script and not really open up about our personal lives. And then we came to a point where we just said, we have to be truthful about this. And we kind of started opening up. And so now the message that's out there is really, the audiences are really receiving it. So we could not
And
be
since we
happier.
last talked to you, we're now in 41 festivals. We leave on Monday for Scotland. So it's just taken on a whole new life.
That's great. Now, and do you have something in the area here too, or what?
Yeah, we've got two here. We got into the International Film Festival of Manhattan, which is November 15th, and that's in Midtown. And then we got into the Cinema Rosa Festival, December 18th in Queens, New York.
Oh, cool.
And it's so crazy. Both of those are non-gay themed festivals because we're getting into just as many gay themed festivals as non-gay themed festivals, which we feel is important because our message is kind of getting to people that normally don't hear it. And we think that has a lot to do with Dolly kind of being behind it.
Well, because everybody loves Dolly.
Dolly. That's true.
So that's because in some ways when you're playing to an all gay audience, it's in some ways you're preaching. They're appreciating it, but you're also preaching to the converted.
Right.
So it's not.
How is that reaction different? Like, what's the difference when you're watching it with a straight audience in general?
I got a good. We went to Temecula and it was completely straight. And the first thing when we got there, Gary had been dealing with this lady for 3 months. She accepted us into the festival, and it was like a music festival. She saw our rings when she first walked in, and she said, "Oh, are y'all both married? Who's got a girlfriend?" And I was like, "Gary, has she seen the movie?"
And so we were mortified. And then we looked in the program book, and all it said was twins set out to hand Dolly Parton a script. Didn't say anything about us coming out in our lives or anything. So when it started playing, a couple of people got up and walked out because we were in the heart of Yes on 8. We were right in the heart of Orange County. So, but the people that stayed, like the 50 that stayed, we did the Q&A, and we had like moms coming up that had gay sons that were really emotional and thanked us for sharing our story. And it's interesting because most of the awards we're winning are in the straight festivals.
Wow.
I love that because
That's fantastic.
It's a very moving story and it's very touching. And remember, I mean, you guys were on, and that woman called up and she said she'd never said my son is gay out loud, and
From
she
Texas.
called and said it on our show.
We had a
and
little
you guys
boy.
were really moved by that. You could watch the two of you were really.
It let us know that we did the right thing. And when we were in Temecula, a little boy, he was probably 14 or 15 years old, we knew, and he was sitting right beside us the whole movie. And then afterwards, we didn't know his mom was sitting in front of us, and she turned around and said, "This is my son. He came out to me 2 days ago that he was gay on his 15th birthday, and he wanted to see your movie."
So that was amazing.
He was probably waiting for that 15th birthday.
He was so nice.
I'm going to tell her. I'm telling her that day.
Oh, wow. And so that must have been really wonderful for her to see that, because it probably gave her a lot of insight into her son.
And there's so
and his
many
fears and that sort of thing.
And there's so many stories like that. It's kind of moving. We try to go to as many as we can. Which we just had an amazing thing happen, and we just want to tell you guys. We got an email from one of the producers at the Rosie ODonnell show, because there's a point in the movie where we talk about Rosie and how much she's meant to us as well. And so we sent it in to them today. They got a copy of it. They want Rosie to see it. And we're going to be in Chicago on November 9th, and we invited her to be our special guest at
our
the screening.
screening.
So we're hoping that happens.
Be nice if she returns the favor and says, "Could you come be my special guest on my show?" That would be nice. I'd love to see that.
Love
happen.
Rosie.
Well, she was. I mean, you guys. I've said this to you before. Whenever people meet you, I mean, your energy is so positive that people are. It's no surprise to me why the people who are in the business want you in their lives. Because when you see your movie, and if you know the business, you look and you're like, well, that guy's sort of famous, and this one, you kind of recognize people in the beginning of the movie, and you wonder, are these guys, more? Are they more plugged? Are they power players and they just seem humble, kind of thing. But it's like when you see them, you're like, anyone who meets you is like, oh, I'd want them in my life. Of course you do, because your energy is so positive. It's not you don't sit there and recognize, Dustin Lance Black and say, oh, well, they must be starfuckers kind of thing.
Exactly.
I mean,
Right.
you're like, of course he would meet them and be like, you need to be in my life, and it's pretty,
And we've been lucky. We have made a lot of really good friends out in LA, but we're good Southern guys. We haven't changed. We've been in LA for 11 years, so we say if we haven't changed now, we're not going to change. And I guess because it's our story, and we're at a point where we're not embarrassed to say yes, we're gay, and this is our message. And if this helps somebody, then it's going to help somebody. And I think because we're at that point, we're comfortable and in our skin now, and we're able to be proud of this.
Yeah, but no, but it's a very important thing, and people who meet you are very, moms are gonna like seeing the two of you. They're gonna say, these guys are so sweet and adorable, and I want, and look at it, and they're happy, and they have lives, and they made it a great movie, and Dolly likes them, and I'll like my kid even more now. Maybe I think that'll happen.
We've got a lot of hugs from moms out there that have seen the movie and said, "I'll be your mom,"
I'll adopt you,
and that say, "Your mom, I know your mom loves you, and you guys didn't go against your mom or her religion at all. You really showed that you love her, and this is just your struggle." And everybody has a struggle, but you only get one set of parents, and we love ours, so we have to do what we have to do to make it work.
Well, you make a clear point about that in the movie, and when you talk afterwards. You're very conscious about being respectful of your folks and your family, and even if they're making decisions that we're not happy with, as an audience sitting there, you're like, she's not come around yet. Come on, Mom, get with the program. But you are, even to this day, you haven't turned on anybody in your family. You haven't, that's hard to do. There are a lot of us who are just like, toxic, get him out of my life, never speaking to you again. Sorry.
And it's hard because we don't want to not have our parents in our life, because our dad had a really serious health issue in April, and we almost lost him. And you want your parents in your life, you want your parents to be proud of us, and we feel like this might be that one thing that'll show them that people can relate to our message, and it is helping people. And so we're proud of it, and we are happy Dolly is on board with us, and we're having some amazing. We never would have thought we'd be going to Scotland and speaking to like a theater group of like 500 people, and a lot of them are LGBT youth, and they're gonna play the movie, and then we're gonna have like a discussion with them. So we're excited. We got so many fun things going on, and we're together. My boyfriend is back in LA. His mom is in town, so I hate that I'm not there with him, but I just want to say I love you, Mike, and I'm glad it worked out where we could talk to you guys, and we're in for a wedding, so we're in and out, a lot of traveling, but we're having a good time.
We're here for
Straight wedding or a gay wedding?
Twins getting married. One of our best friends, Lisa Gann, she's getting married in New York. So they're actually our agents, and they've been our agents for 20 years. So one of them's getting married tonight.
But they're identical.
Wait, and they're identical.
They're identical.
Yeah, Lisa
twins.
and Debbie Gans. We've known them for like 20 years, and one of them is getting married tonight, and we're going to the wedding, so we're really excited.
Here in Manhattan, or
they're actually getting married right outside of the city.
Okay. Oh, that's fantastic. So you got your outfit already?
Oh yeah,
We
we're
do.
ready. They told us, they call us the redneck twins. They're like, you better not wear overalls to my damn wedding.
Yeah, like you're going to do that. I'm sure you are. We're talking to Gary and Larry Lane. Larry, before you got here, I gave you first billing. Because
Really?
you don't always get that. So
He
I thought
talks so much I can barely
No,
get a word in.
I did first, but anyway, but now but Gary's, it's his turn again. Gary and Larry Lane, and they are the stars and the subject of the documentary Hollywood to Dollywood, which is recounts their travels from Hollywood to Dollywood to get a script and into the hands of the one and only Miss Dolly Parton. And what other kinds of stuff is going on? I mean, this going to Scotland
what about
sounds
that
huge.
script?
Yeah, what about that script? What's the latest?
We're really excited about the script. Lance helped us so much get it down to 107, which the standard script size is 110.
Pages, yes.
Pages. He got it to 107. So when Dolly...
Tell us how many pages it was when you
good God.
handed
We
it to
love
Dustin
this.
Lance
When I
Black.
first put it in final draft, it was 320 pages. So it was a book. And then when we cut it down and Lance first saw it, it was 169, which he said was bigger than the script for Titanic.
Okay.
So
And he got it into 107. That's fantastic.
107. And we got that into Dolly's hands because we showed the movie to Dolly early on in the process. She needed to see it and see where her songs were before she would say yes. So when she was at the Bowl about 2 months ago, we gave her a current copy of the movie that everybody's seen in the festivals, the polished copy, and a current copy of the script. So we're still crossing our fingers that she might do something with the script, but we also had something amazing happen. There's a company called 2S Films, and it's Hilary Swank and Molly Smith. And when we played a festival in Memphis, someone got in touch with Molly Smith, and we got a request to send the script to them. So we did that about 2 weeks ago. So
mazel tov.
Excellent.
So they might scoop Dolly. We
Dolly
don't want
better
them
get moving.
a little bidding war wouldn't be the worst thing, to have that
amazing.
going on. Oh, I think that's terrific. Now, what do you guys? So you're in New York just for a couple of days. So what's going on? What do you do for fun while you're here?
We just got in last night. We've been everywhere. We've been in Portland. We've been in Atlanta. We've been going to as many festivals as we can. So
Shreveport.
We go to Scotland on Monday, which David in Shreveport sent us a text message.
He's a huge fan of yours. He's listening right now.
He ran the festival down there. He said, "Tell Frank I said hello." So but we're going to go to Scotland on Monday, and then we're there for a week. So we're just doing a lot of fun things. We got a really fun movie with Adam Sandler coming out on 11/11/2011.
Jack and Jill. He plays a twin in the movie.
And we have 3 scenes in there, so that could be fun.
Funny is that? Doesn't he play? But he plays a girl twin, right?
He plays his twin sister.
And they hate real twins, so they hate us because we get to have all the fun being twins. So we shot 3 scenes in there. So we'll see if they make it in there.
What was that experience like?
Oh, it was amazing because we had auditioned for it, and Adam Sandler was in the audition room, and then we got a call back after he had gone to Kentucky for a week to do the Kentucky Derby, and they called and said, can you guys come in? And I was like, Larry's in Kentucky. So we kind of built it as we lost it, and then I got a call 20 minutes later, and they said, Sandler wants your brother. What have we got to do to get him out of Kentucky?
So they paid out the contract, they paid out the hotel, and they flew me first class to Kentucky. I literally flew into L.A., shot the scenes for 2.5 hours, and got right back on a plane.
And flew back out.
And flew right
But
back.
I love that.
Sandler came up to us when we got there, and he goes, which one of you flew in from Kentucky? Thank you guys so much. And then we did the scene. So I just had to drive to the studio, and he had to fly 5 hours and then 5 hours back.
Well, you do what you have to do for a Hollywood career, right? And flying first class is not exactly the same as I have a middle seat in coach, because every time you get there and you're taking your coat off or whatever, and the woman, first of all, there's a hanger behind you, right? She's ready to do it, and would you like some champagne? Would you like this? What can I get for you? As opposed to move it, fatso, you're in the middle seat, stop sweating, So yeah, it's much better first class. Good for you.
Thank you. So our dad said, well, hell, if he flew you first class, he really want to join the scene. So we're hoping we make it in.
I love it. So is your dad's cooler about all this?
Our dad doesn't have the religion with him. And he actually, this past trip we were just home about a week ago, he said he wanted to see the film. And so one of our friends that's a therapist with him, we left her a copy, and we said, if there's a time when you can watch it with him, because we don't want our mom to walk in and then be watching it and feel hurt or left out. So I said, but our dad does want to see it, and we hope he'll kind of relate the message back to our mom.
Yeah, well, it's such a respectful film and so moving. I mean, I think your mom will come around. She's going to, we all know she's going to do it. It's just a matter of when.
It's been 11 years. She's taken her time, but
they just don't wait too long. It's, it's always moms, moms are, they're so formidable, I mean, they just.
You only get one mom, you only get one dad, but you guys are amazing.
More than that would be horrifying. Okay. 2. I don't care if it's 2 men, 2 women, 1 of each, as long as it's just 2. Because if it's 3 or 4, it'd be
That's
too
another
much.
documentary entirely.
I don't want to do that. We've got a call for you. Kelly in Ohio, you're on with Gary and Larry Lane. Go ahead.
Hi. My question is with you guys being twins, did you look at each other and tell each other that you guys was gay, or I'm just kind of curious, did you open up to a friend and then...
How did you guys come out to each other? I think we talked about this when you were on before, but it's an interesting
it's such a great story.
Yeah, we actually, we were on a cruise. We were 17, and we were running around the top of the boat, and we had stopped and catching our breath, and these 3 guys came up and were just kind of talking to us, and you never know if it's the twin thing or what it was. So I kind of was like, smiling, like flirting a little, and then I looked over at him, and he was doing the same thing. So we had this moment where it registered, because you have to think we're in church 3 times a week, hearing the preacher tell us we're going to go to hell, so we wouldn't tell anybody, let alone my brother.
The one I was most concerned about turning their back on me would be him, so I hid it from him more than anybody, and then to have that moment.
So after that moment, we went down and we kind of sat there for like 20 minutes in the dark, and then I said, I'm gay, and then he said, I'm gay, and then we talked for like 4 hours, and from that point, we were on each other's side, we had each other's back, and then we didn't tell our parents till we were 25, so... But at that point, we kind of knew that each other was a support system, which was amazing.
So it was from 17 to 25 that you didn't...
Yes.
Because we were still in North Carolina in the South, still hiding it, so...
Now, what was it like for the two... I mean, what was that period of life like for the two of you, where you had each other as confidants? Was that a step up from where you guys had been?
Yes.
Because you had somebody, and you had that support system that you weren't alone, and it wasn't as hard after I found out it wasn't just me by myself.
Yeah. Were you dating fellas and stuff during that period?
We have to bring them home, and they'd have to meet mom and dad like as friends and stuff. They'd have to pass, the test. So
So we were still dating, and then we moved up to New York, and we'd have to talk to our mom on the phone and make up a girl's name instead of a guy's name. And so then when we came home at 25, we were about to make the big move to LA, and just came to a point where we said we're not doing this anymore. So she actually used the Bible on us to say, put your hand on the Bible and tell me you're not gay, which was really hard. And that was a hard moment. But after we said it to her, it took a lot of the pressure off. Because it was finally out there, and then she just had to emotionally deal with it.
Wait, so you put your hand on the Bible and you said, "No,
when
I am."
When we were little, if we would break something, she'd say, "Put your hand on the Bible and tell me you didn't break that lamp." And it would be like you were lying directly to God. So we'd always say, "We did it, we did it." So she did that at 25
and said, "Put your hand on the Bible and tell me you're not gay." And I was like, "We can't because we are gay." So that's kind of how that came out. And Leslie Jordan loves that story. He goes, "I tell that at every dinner party." So he's like, "I love that story."
Just you want him recounting that story. That's the way it goes. Guys, you'll hang with us till the top of the hour?
Oh, my gosh,
All
absolutely.
right, great. We'll have a few more moments with Gary and Larry Lane and our parting shots here on The Frank Show on Sirius XM OutQ 108.
Because sequins are always correct.
That's the second biggest zipper I ever saw.
It's the backless glamour of the Frank DeCaro's Show. Live from New York and Los Angeles.
No telling what's liable to come out of that thing.
Yes, we're all coming out. It's that month. It's Frank DeCaro live in New York City. Dory's live in L.A. And hanging out with us in the studio, Gary and Larry Lane. Wait a minute, it was Larry's turn. Larry and Gary Lane.
Thank you.
The stars and subject of Hollywood to Dollywood. Now, what's the website that folks can find out more and they can see clips and you guys and stuff?
Hollywood2Dollywood.com, and that has all of our festivals, all of the awards we're winning, and we keep everybody updated on that every day.
And it's the number 2, right?
No, Hollywood and then
it's spelled
T-O.
out?
And you can do
Dollywood.
number 2. They're both linked together. You can do the number 2 or T-O.
And then he's got a Facebook page.
And then Facebook is Hollywood to Dollywood.
Cool. Oh, fantastic. And I'm loving it. And are you all packed are you leaving right from here to go to Scotland, I assume?
We get back on Sunday, and then we pick Mike up in L.A., and then we all go to on Monday morning, and then his boyfriend Deshaun is meeting
coming
us,
over
so
from
all
Prague, so we'll all 4 be there for that.
Oh, no. So you're flying from New York to L.A. to
back
Yeah.
to
Scotland.
Scotland.
Oh, my God. I thought you would be leaving from here. Right? It's as long as you're here.
And we
so-
got them all booked American, so we're like executive platinum now because we've done so many trips and so many miles. So
you're gonna have a wonderful time. That'll be great. And is it your boyfriends kind of look alike, don't they? A little bit.
Yes, mine is from Ohio and his is from Prague, but they're both blonde hair, blue eyes, so they look like the bad twins, and we're the good twins because they smoke and drink, so they say they're the bad twins and we're the good twins.
I love it. There's so a reality show in this.
There could be.
Yeah, there is
really
so a
could
reality
be.
show in that. I mean, it's like gay twins with matching boyfriends. Okay, that's just sell that in the room. Dory, wouldn't you buy that right away if you were like, if you
I'd
ran
watch.
logo, it'd just be like, they're gay twins with matching boyfriends. One's from Prague and one's from Ohio. That's like, it's the Patty Duke show meets, the A-list. It would be perfect. I could sell this for you. I so could.
We're
Can I
gonna
be the
sign-
fun
we'll
gay
sign the
neighbor? Can
contract.
I
Let's
just be
draw it
next
up.
door and I'll just be like, boys, I'll be your Mrs. Garrett is what I'll be. It'll be fun. We'll have a little Facts of Life session.
Oh my God, we love the Facts of Life.
As long as I get to be Mrs. Garrett. Boys. Okay,
Where's the
I'll have
band?
we'll have a lot of fun. We'll have fun at the wedding. Thanks for
Thank
being
you,
here.
guys.
The website is hollywood2dollywood.com, so definitely check that out. And kids, it's that time again. Mr. Signorilli is coming up next with his show, and that'll be groovy. And have a wonderful weekend. And I want to thank Norman Reedus for being with us from The Walking Dead, which premieres on Sunday at 9 p.m. on AMC. Linda Evans, her book is Recipes for Life, My Memories. Thank you to her for being here. And Gail Ann Hurd, it's for being executive producer of The Walking Dead as well. So it's very fun. Doria, thanks a million. Supersonic and Monica, you've done an amazing job. Greg will be back on Monday. And Nicole, thank you for everything that you've done and all the hard work. And Doria, have a great weekend, baby.
You too.
All right, thanks
Love
a
you,
lot.
Doria.
Larry
Love you.
and Gary, love you, miss you. I'm sorry I missed you.
Thank you. We'll see you soon. Thank you, Frank.
I hope
And
so.
Doria, what's that book that people should... Oh, the Dead Celebrity Cookbook. Go to deadcelebritycookbook.com. You'll make me very happy. When we return to The Frank Show, it'll be the Signorilli Show after the news.
It sure is represent you.